Here are our 2026 marketing predictions and how they'll impact your local business. These are changes we're already seeing play out with real local businesses like yours that are either growing quickly or quietly losing visibility.
These shifts will no longer be optional to understand. They will be directly determining which local businesses get inquiries consistently and which ones slowly disappear without knowing why.
In this episode, we are sharing our 2026 predictions and, more importantly, explaining how each one impacts your local business on the ground. Welcome back to the Marketing Podcast for Local Businesses, the show that gives you practical, proven marketing advice to help you grow your business right here in the UK. My name's Adam, founder of www.websitedesigners.london. We've helped businesses generate tens of millions online through smarter design and marketing.
And my name's Josh. I'm the founder of ImproveMySearchRanking.com, a specialist SEO agency based in South London. We've worked with more than 400 businesses, helping them generate over £200 million in sales. So, our 2026 predictions. First one is AI becomes the first place customers ask questions. AI tools will be the first place many customers go when they need to find a local service, whether that's a plumber, a solicitor, a dentist, or a builder. This, in my opinion, is not just going to be on ChatGPT. This is Google AI mode, Perplexity, all these other types of AIs. And another sub-prediction is that Google Gemini will be more used than ChatGPT in 2026.
Oh, in 2026?
Yes, yeah.
You reckon?
I think it is already, actually. I think
Gemini is more used more widely than ChatGPT.
It depends how you classify Gemini being used, because is Gemini built into Google AI overviews?
Okay.
And every time you do a Google search now, well, not every time, but a lot of the times, there's a button that says Ask AI mode. Yeah. And it's there.
Yeah. So the AI mode is, I'd say, something equivalent to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But ChatGPT is also, they recently had this red alert, or I can't remember the right phrasing, but it was, code red. That's what it was called, code red, where they kind of realised that the likes of Google were catching up with what they were offering as a service. So they've really ramped it up. They've now kind of increased the speed of their image generation, enabled shopping, enabled video generation with Sora, albeit not available in the UK yet. You can't do that with Google yet. You can't create videos with Google with AI.
I think there is a Google VEO, I think it's called. They have their own tool, but it's not built into the Gemini search function yet.
Well, there we go. You heard it here first. So, as Josh mentioned, we're already seeing people ask AI very direct questions, very specific questions, like who the best local provider is, who can come out quickly, who is trusted nearby, and that behaviour will only increase.
So the key issue for local businesses is that AI does not present a long list of options. It recommends just a few businesses that it understands and trusts. So this will have a very large impact. So currently Google has 10 listings plus the map pack. AI results often have much fewer results. So if AI cannot clearly understand what your business does, who you serve, why you're credible, you simply will not get mentioned. And obviously that's a very bad thing for your business if you're not going to be visible or found. So you need to do several things, one of which is create clear service pages, use plain English explanations and consistent signals across the web, reviews, online profiles, etc.
Absolutely. Prediction number 2. Get my crystal ball out. SEO, so search engine optimization, will become about being the best answer. So what do we mean by that? Well, our second prediction is that SEO in 2026 is far less about targeting individual keywords and far more about being the best answer to a real customer question.
So AI systems reward businesses that explain problems clearly, show expertise, and remove uncertainty for the customer before they even make contact.
Absolutely. This means generic service pages and low-effort blog posts. Those low-effort blog posts may not be as powerful because they may not help anyone, especially if you're just hitting generate on ChatGPT and not really adding value or real personal experiences with any credibility. And how that impacts your local businesses? Well, websites that exist just to tick an SEO box may lose a little relevance and visibility. So, what do you need to do for your local business? Well, you need to publish, again, some of the elements that Josh has already mentioned, but also frequently asked questions based on real inquiries. Explain your process clearly. Answer the questions customers usually ask over the phone.
Yeah, so just to add to that, so as you mentioned, Adam, you don't want generic blog posts. Those aren't going to work at all. ChatGPT, Google AI Mode, Perplexity, they already are trained on so much information. They can provide generic, top of the funnel information to any type of query. So you don't waste your time producing those things anymore. On your service pages, as Adam just said, adding those FAQ sections would really important. So when you have a service page on your website, so for example, if you're a carpet cleaner and you're targeting the keyword carpet cleaning in Manchester, you want to have on that page an FAQ section somewhere there where you're answering all the most frequently asked questions. You could then link through to a more detailed answer as well. So that the FAQ might be, how do I remove a wine stain from my rug? And then it gives you like a 5 sentence answer. Click here for more information. That takes you to another page, a blog post potentially, that is super, super, super detailed on that very specific search query, rather than just, as we mentioned earlier, just a kind of bland blog post on basic information.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. So next prediction is that reviews become AI trust signals. So ranking in Google, your reviews, especially in the local map pack, has always been the case. So the more reviews you have, the higher you appear. And what we're predicting is that reviews on third-party platforms will become ever more important in 2026. So getting featured in or having a presence on, for example, Trustpilot, reviews.co.uk and various other sites like that.
Absolutely. And if you're a tradesperson, things like Trust a Trader,
Check a Trade,
etc. Yep. So look, AI look at patterns, not just star ratings. It looks at the frequency, consistency, and whether reviews actually mention your specific services and outcomes.
Yeah, so a business with regular, detailed reviews will look far more credible than ones with occasional vague feedback. So as a local business, what you should be doing is looking... the impact on local businesses would be if you're getting inconsistent or outdated or have outdated reviews, that will hurt your visibility. On the other hand, you need to be making sure you're getting reviews as often as possible. You need to have a simple, repeatable process and system to ensure you can collect reviews on a consistent basis. And I would, as a quick tip, potentially offer some form of incentive to your staff to say, whoever gets the most reviews, you win a voucher for £100 for M&S or whatever it may be. I'll try to incentivize your staff to get more reviews. Google's guidelines, and I'm not sure on ChatGPT's guidelines here, is they say you're not allowed to incentivize customers, but who would know if you're going to do that as well? So you could give a discount.
Banned on Google.
Yeah. You could give a £10 discount for anybody who gives you a review, but that's against the guidelines. Instead, ask your team and incentivize your team to get more reviews.
Great. Prediction number 4 for 2026. Search will become more conversational and human. So our 4th prediction is that search, and when we mean search as in Google search and traditional search, continues to become more conversational. So with people speaking or typing exactly how they think. So if we think about, for example, on the journey here, let me just start again, just so I don't get in trouble. When I'm cycling, when I'm walking somewhere, and I don't want to type, I will whack out ChatGPT if I've got a great idea and I just want to have a converse about the opinion. I'll hit the conversation function on ChatGPT and I will explain my what I'm trying to achieve. I don't know. I want black very comfortable shoes that may not look too casual, and they need to be all black because I want to wear them at work, and I've got wide feet, and also I want them to accommodate for me. What shoes would you recommend? They'll give me a few suggestions. I'll go back and say, no, these ones look a bit too sporty, have no pattern on them. Having that two-way transactional conversation and human-like interaction is going to be the kind of something that will significantly increase, and therefore if you are optimized for that particular search and you are the company selling those shoes that I want, and you've optimized to appear in that search result, then happy days, you're going to win my client.
Yes, I agree with that. So a sub kind of prediction based on that is that voice search will continue to grow as well. So when you're speaking, it's easier to be more conversational as well, isn't it? Whereas when you're typing something on your phone or on a keyboard, you're kind of thinking more precisely.
Yes.
Whereas if you're speaking to Gemini or ChatGPT, you're just speaking as you would do to a friend, and therefore there's going to be a lot more search queries that are conversational this year. So instead of short keyword phrases, searches that sound like full questions and specific situations are going to become more prevalent this year.
And there was some research that was done, and again, I'm just quoting the research, and I might have to dig it up if someone comes at me here, but apparently pre-AI and the kind of mass AI integration, it was found that women do this already. They did this with Google already. They used to type in a sentence in Google, whereas men tended to typically more kind of direct specific keywords. So for example, if we just go back to that shoe example, they'd say, men would typically say black, comfortable, wide sole, wide shoe, wide shoes. Whereas a woman would type in the kind of whole sentence, you know, I want a shoe that is black, comfortable, and has wide a wide kind of gait. Yeah. So it's just an interesting little fact. Yeah. Look, local businesses that write like humans and communicate clearly will most certainly outperform those using a robotic or overly clever marketing language. So how would this impact your local business? Well, confusing websites and vague messages will lose that trust. So have a read of your website. Does it do that? Is it relevant? You need to write naturally. Make availability and content details obvious. I know we probably say that so often in all our other episodes, but make them prominent. Remove friction from the decision-making progress.
Cool. Okay. Next prediction. Automation creates real competitive advantages.
My favourite.
So, yeah, our final prediction for this episode is that automation becomes the quiet advantage that separates high-performing local businesses with the overwhelmed ones.
Absolutely, and I mean, I love automation. I love using AI to streamline processes. By 2026, I reckon customers will increase their expectations on how quick they would want a response from the company. So they'd expect fast replies, they'd expect an easy booking process, smooth and prompt follow-ups, even from small local companies. Yeah,
speed to lead is a term. The faster you can return to any inquiries, the more likely you are to convert those into customers. So using AI is going to help you do that. Businesses that rely entirely on manual admin will struggle to keep up. So if you're a local business, what kind of impact could this have on your business? So if you're having slow responses and missing follow-ups, of course, this is going to cost you revenue. So instead, you need to think about how can you automate and use AI to help with your processes. So how can it be used to help with bookings, with inquiry responses, review requests, and other business operations?
Absolutely. Let's finish off with our big warning for local businesses in 2026. AI is not replacing local businesses, but it is replacing the ones that cannot easily be found or be trusted.
So the biggest risk in 2026 is not change itself, but ignoring changes that are already happening.
Absolutely. So here is our 2026 checklist for your local business. If you only take a few action this year, just start here.
Yeah, so to summarise a few very basic things you could be doing in 2026 is, first and foremost, make sure your website clearly explains what you do, answer real customer questions in FAQ sections, and collect reviews consistently.
Make sure you are visible to AI systems, not just traditional search engines.
So those are our predictions for 2026, and they are already shaping how local businesses win customers.
The businesses that adapt early will grow faster with less effort.
And the ones that do nothing will slowly lose ground without realising why.
If this episode helps you, please do share it with another local business owner or a friend who needs to hear this, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening.